Good Morning Delaware is powered by
Good morning, Delaware. Good morning, everyone. My name is Vincenza. As you can see here, I have a guest co-host beside me this morning, Matt Ford.
Good to see you.
Good
How are you?
morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you
Monday.
too.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for
I got
joining
the call
me.
yesterday that Ivan couldn't make it, and they were like, "Can you come?" I was like, "I'll be there."
No, and I appreciate that so much. I really do. And for those of you who don't know, Matt is no stranger to Good Morning Delaware. He is the lead host of DETV News. So obviously we have the best of the best filling in. So thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for saying that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, how have you been? What's new?
It's been a nice weekend. It's cold out.
Yes.
Slid all the way here this morning. But we got here safe.
I think we all did, right?
Yeah, we got
I
here
think we
safe.
all did,
Yeah.
but safety first,
Yeah.
right? I hear Coach Joe in the background laughing. It was dicey getting to work
Sure
today,
was.
but as long as everyone arrived safely. I know that there were a few delays, and also today is a special day. I know that many schools, some places may be closed, and would you like to highlight what today is, Matt?
Most importantly, today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day of service known to many, and it's the holiday where Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership in the civil rights movement, where he served as a pivotal leader for justice and equality. So did you know, I was doing some research last night, about 60% of Americans do a service activity today, which I think is great.
I think that's fantastic to
wonderful.
honor the importance of today and the significance, and I appreciate you highlighting that. And I know that it was something when I was driving to work. Well, I was getting a ride to work today because I was afraid to drive. But on the way here, I felt I was hoping that we were going to really touch on that, and I'm glad that you did, and the significance of today and the messaging behind it, and that's what's most important for anyone that may not know. They should know. And I saw a clip on Instagram a few days ago building up to the importance of today and talking about dreaming and dreaming big and the importance of that and the strong messaging behind it and what it stands for. And it was something that it was inspiring to me and it touched me. So thank you for that.
Absolutely, yeah. So if anybody's looking for a couple ways to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King today, there are a few events out there, and Coach Joe has one later on in the show we're going to talk about, but you can attend a day of service today down the street at the Delaware Art Museum from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's an event that will host musical performances, a coat and blanket drive, a grocery giveaway, gallery tours, so you can go onto their website for more information. Also, our friends at Westside Grows Together are doing the 14th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day cleanup, peace march, and celebration. That's today starting at 10:30. So when you're done watching us, you can head there on Sycamore Street. And then there's Volunteer at Delaware State Parks. This is cool. Brandywine Park, White Clay Creek State Park, Lums Pond, and Trap Pond State Park. So we're talking clearing ivy in Brandywine Park, removing plants at White Clay Creek State Park, trim overgrown growth at Lums Pond. So really good ways to give back no matter what your talents are.
Yes, I love that. Things to do. And speaking of things to do around Delaware, there's always more and more things to do, as you can see. So if you're looking for something meaningful and fun to do this weekend, we've got a full lineup for you right here in Delaware. Starting Friday, January 23rd, the Rehoboth Beach Film Society and its partners Speak Out Against Hate present the Hate Has No Home Here Film Festival, running January 23rd through the 25th at the Cinema Art Theater.
Love that. And over 3 days, 8 powerful films there in Rehoboth will explore issues like racism, anti-Semitism, hate toward immigrants, the LGBT plus community, and the social impact on social media and today's youth, with guided discussions and Q&A sessions after each screening. So check that out. That sounds cool.
And then on Saturday, January 24th, tap into your creative side with the Pop It Up Ceramic Workshop at the Delaware Art Museum. That sounds like fun. Yes.
So no experience needed for this. Just come on by. There you have it on your screen to build a one-of-a-kind planter that's Curie, textured, funky, and totally your own.
And wrapping up the weekend on Sunday, January 25th, Opera Delaware presents a double feature at Opera Delaware Studios. That looks like fun.
So first up is the witty comic opera service provider, followed by Pagliacci. Did I get that right? Pagliacci.
Perfect.
Practicing my Italian.
Perfetto, Matteo.
It's a powerful, intimate take on love, jealousy, betrayal. Woo. Performed in an innovative piano reduction that puts you right in the drama.
Well, that's your weekend lineup. So get out. Get out there. Don't let this weather scare you. Yeah. Just take it slow. Give yourself plenty of time and experience what's happening around town. But speaking of weather, all right, let's talk about it. Right? Let's talk about the weather. All right, so as you can see here, I know. All right, Monday, there you go. Mostly sunny, which is today. It is definitely chilly, but we have a high of 38, but it feels like it's not touching 38 at all.
No, not at all. Tomorrow's the shocker. Look at that. We only get up to 27 tomorrow. A low of 11.
Not looking forward to that, but that's okay. But then on Wednesday, it does rise to 40 degrees, partly cloudy, low 31 degrees. And on Thursday, 52. I will take it. I will take it. Melt all the snow.
From 11 to 52.
There you go. And the low's 28. And then Friday, 38 degrees the high, partly cloudy.
And we're going to end up Friday at 16 degrees, so a little bit more than our 11 there, and just in time for the weekend. Look at that, another afternoon snow shower. We'll keep you posted on that. Vincenza is loving that. And so that might be a good day to go check out the events that we just told you about a couple minutes ago. But hey, we're in the season. Yes. We're getting through it the best we can, right?
Yes, bundle up, scarves, gloves, hats, all the above. Just make sure you give yourself plenty of time wherever you're going during your commute, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, night. Just give yourself plenty of time and be safe while
safe
traveling.
Is the most important thing.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. But don't go anywhere because we have Coach Joe and Nick from DETV Sports here on set. So we'll be right back.
Stay with us.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances, and now I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
And welcome back. Good morning, Delaware. It is DETV News' Matt Ford here with Vincenza. Thanks for having me again this morning.
Oh, Gosh,
I
of
appreciate
course.
it. Thank you.
You know that. I'm glad that you're here to help start the weekend. Oh, excuse me, the week, right? But also with the way just getting here was just very dicey this morning, but that's okay.
Leave some extra time.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
As a reminder, give yourself extra time. But you're here, and that's all that matters.
So we talked about in the first segment, Vincenza, that today is a very important day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A lot of offices are closed, the federal government is closed, and a lot of schools are closed today. So if you have a lot of snow, go out and sled. But most importantly, make sure you go out and do something nice service-wise, whether it's helping a neighbor. We recap some events in the first segment, or if you are so inclined, you can head over and meet the man himself, Coach Joe, at the MLK Fun Day Clinic. That starts at 9 o'clock, so it starts here soon. So we better get to him so he can get over and down to the field house. Hey, Coach Joe.
Good morning.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Yes, it's Martin Luther King Day. And you know what? The Blue Coats, we always love doing things in the community. We always love giving back. And there's nothing like waking the kids up in the morning so they ain't sitting in your house all day eating up your food. Bring them down to the Chase Field House, and we're going to have a lot of fun at the Martin Luther King One Day Clinic Fun Day. Yo, it's Good Morning Delaware, and it's the Blue Coat Minute. Boy, to my good friends from American Health Caritas. Have y'all been paying attention? The Blue Coats, we are making it happen. J'Renie Broom, yes, he had 50 points. 50. Yo, you guys have not been paying attention. I know this. Marshawn Beauchamp, every game he's been getting player of the game. And guess what? If you haven't really been paying attention, it was just announced. It's out there. So here it is. First, you heard it here first on Good Morning Delaware. Jared McCain from the Philadelphia 76ers will be with your Delaware Blue Coats starting Saturday, 7:30, Motor City. We're going to take Detroit out. They're going to head them back to Detroit with an L. And you know so many great things that Vincenza and Matt talked about. So after Saturday, having some fun out there around the city, come on out that night to the Chase Field House and cheer on your Delaware Blue Coats taking on Motor City. Listen, we got some fun dates for you to hit. You got to put these on your calendar. February 7th, we're talking about it's cold now, but guess what? At the field house, it's going to be beach day. Or you want to see how it looks? Come on out to the game. Hit up your boy, Coach Joe. Go to DelawareBlueCoats.team. And February 21st, it's going to be staying alive. Yes, it's disco night. It's disco night at the Chase Field House. But you know what? Just coming out to your boy, Coach Joe, because Vincenza talked about what's going on that Sunday on the 25th, but also, it's again, American Health Caritas. We do the best in the community. It's a free, did I say free? It's a free basketball clinic. And guess what? It's ages 6 to 15, boys and girls. And once again, it's free. Hey, check out your boy, Coach Joe. But I got to go. Hey, Ada, you ready? We got to get on the road. We got to get to the field house. Hey, Matt, you looking good in that suit. Man, you take it away. I got things to do.
How am I supposed to follow Coach Joe? This is the first time I've done it, and I will not be able to do it again. Put that in the notes for next Monday, but happy to be back. Nick Alessandrini, time to talk a little DETV sports, and Coach Joe is absolutely right. J'Renie Broom at the 50-piece the other day, and you get Jared McCain at the Fieldhouse on Saturday. This is unscripted. You're going to have to go check that out because that's going to be a lot of fun. But now let's get to your morning sports update, and a lot going on here over the past weekend here. Divisional round in the NFL wrapped up in controversial fashion over the weekend. We also have the 302 high school basketball and wrestling rankings, and plus tonight, college football national championship game in Miami, Florida. But we're going to start in the NFL. 4 games here on Saturday and Sunday, and now we have our conference championships. They are set after the Seattle Seahawks. They blew out their division rivals, San Francisco 49ers. This one was over early, 41-6. Then we had the Rams kick that late field goal late last night if you stayed up in overtime. What a game that was to take down Caleb Williams and the Bears. That magical run for them comes to an end, 17-14. So you have Seattle and the Rams in your NFC championship, a little NFC West matchup next week, and then in the AFC, the Patriots. It seems like it hasn't been that long, but they have returned to the title game for the first time since 2018. I know it's been a while for those fans, so they got to be aching, but they are back with a 28-16 win over the Texans in Foxborough. A sloppy game, a lot of turnovers there, but the Pats, they're able to hold on and prevail. And they will meet the Denver Broncos. A controversial catch or interception, whatever you want to call it, late in that game in Denver that went the Broncos' way. A couple flags there, controversial as well. Led to a Will Lutz game winner in overtime, but that came at a price. Bro Nix fracturing his ankle in that overtime period, so he is done for the remainder of the season. They will turn to Jarrett Stidham, who will start next Sunday. The former Patriot, 1-3 career record there. He will get the Patriots. So Patriots, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks for your championship Sunday coming up this weekend. Again, 2 games, 3 and 6:30 on Sunday. Now let's head to the local scene, our high school basketball rankings, courtesy of 302 Sports. A few shakeups here over the weekend. Dover, they are still sitting at that top spot. You're defending state champs. Big win for them, double digits here over the weekend. Then you got Cape Henlopen at 2. Howard was the team that Dover beat. They go down to 3. St. George's 4. They're having a nice year. Middletown 5. Rounding out your top 10. Tatnall back in the top 6. Sally's at 7. Caravel 8. Appo at 9. And Archmere having a very good start to their year at number 10. Now to the girls' side, St. E's historically great with that women's program. They're back at number 1. Sanford, they are in the mix each and every year. They're at number 2. Smyrna having a heck of a season, one of their best in a long time. They're at number 3. Caravel 4. Cape Henlopen now at number 5. The rest of the way through the top 10, Padua 6. Archmere 7. Ursuline 8, Concord 9. And how about the Quakers from Wilmington Friends sneaking up in there at that 10th spot? So now from the hardwood over to the mat, the 302 Sports individual wrestling rankings. Some shakeups coming after that Canal Classic this past weekend. So let's take a look at them on your screen. Now, great work by Benny Mitchell down south. DMA, they lead the rankings here with 4 top-ranked wrestlers here at different weight classes. A big dual meet coming up this Wednesday night. DMA and Sally's, they will meet number 1 versus number 2 in Division 1 and Division 2. That's going to be a great one. First match set for 6 o'clock at DMA on Wednesday. Also, some other notes here for St. Mark's. How about Cliff Bacchus? Picked up his 201st win over the weekend for St. Mark's High School. That now makes him the all-time win leader here in the state of Delaware, 201 wins. So congratulations to Cliff and St. Mark's. Quite the accomplishment there, the all-time winningest wrestler in Delaware history. And then let's head to the last thing tonight, national championship game in Miami, Florida. And how about that? The Hurricanes, they're back, Coach Joe. The U, are they back in Miami? This will be a home game for the Hurricanes in the national championship. Can't make that up. A lot of people didn't want them to even get in, and here they are. But they're going to take on the undefeated Indiana Hoosiers. They're going for the perfect season under head coach Kurt Signetti. Hoosiers 8.5-point favorites, so got a little bit of a margin there with kickoff tonight on ESPN at 7:30. So Vincenza, Matt, who do you got? Indiana, Miami, big game tonight.
Thank you, Nick, for the update. Nick, you're really good at this.
Yeah, Nick.
Every time you deliver the sports, like the news and the hot topics of what's happening in sports, not just the local level, the national level.
Oh, I appreciate
I'm like, I could see you on ESPN.
You should do it for a living.
I see it.
I'll tell you when we get there, you guys will have to come visit me out in Bristol.
Listen,
How about that?
Nick, not just you. Coach Joe, you too.
I'm not following Coach Joe next week. That's too much pressure to go after Coach Joe next week.
Both of you guys, thank you so much for joining us again. And Coach Joe, thank you for the upcoming events for Delaware Blue Coats. We appreciate it. And again, thank you guys. All right,
See you guys next week.
Yeah, so all right, so now that we have the update on sports and events happening around town, no excuses. Make sure you get out there, check out the upcoming youth clinics the next 2 months. You're not outside, you're inside where it's warm, as Coach Joe said, so make sure you check it out. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with our first guest. You don't wanna go anywhere.
In a world that moves fast, sometimes you need to slow down. At Make and Mellow, we turned our love of design and soothing art of candle making into a one-of-a-kind experience. Come create, connect, and unwind as you hand pour a candle that's uniquely yours. Make and Mellow, light up your world. Visit makeandmellow.com. Imagine compassionate care at your home. At Solutions On-Call Services, skilled caregivers provide personalized support with warmth and integrity. They ease daily challenges by offering reliable, dignified care that preserves independence and instills hope. Experience true comfort daily. Our team transforms everyday moments into bonds of trust, lifting spirits and families alike. Choose Solutions On-Call Services for a partner committed to a nurturing and safer, happier tomorrow. Apply today by scanning the QR code. Craving comfort food with real flavor? Come taste Serena's Soul Food, Wilmington's home for golden fried chicken, creamy mac and cheese, tender greens, and our famous crab fries, and much, much more. We're serving up the best soul food in Delaware, Tuesday through Friday, noon to 5, or until it's gone. Planning a party? Serena's got you covered. From catering services to event space availability on Saturday and Sundays. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, located at 209 North Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Good morning, Delaware. Thanks for waking up with us. It is Good Morning Delaware. I'm your guest host, Matt Ford. Vincenza did step away for a second. Before we get to our first guest, we wanted to catch you up on the headlines, and then our correspondent, Chris Bruce, is here with something special for you as well. So let's dive into what you need to know this week. First up, the Blue Line Network has proposed a Back the Blue memorial sticker event in Milton, honoring fallen Delaware State Police Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. They cited forecasts in the snow, obviously, that we saw this weekend in extreme cold, so they postponed that event. The nonprofit said on Facebook that it canceled the drive-by event that was scheduled for Saturday, January 18th at Hudson Fields, out of concern for safety and of the attendees, volunteers, and of course the law enforcement partners putting this on. The group said that it is working to reschedule and will announce a new date once it is confirmed. The Milton event would have been the organization's second sticker tribute for Officer Snook. A prior event in Glasgow on January 3rd drew hundreds of vehicles, as we told you about a couple weeks ago. The stickers are free, and the group collects donations that go to Snook's family. The Blue Line Network has said on their Facebook page that, get this, it raised over $38,000 from that January 3rd event that goes directly to the trooper's family. The Blue Line Network was founded in 2017, and they say they support law enforcement and other first responders, including those experiencing post-traumatic stress. You will recall 34-year-old Snook was shot and killed on December 23rd while working an overtime assignment at a Division of Motor Vehicles facility near Newcastle. And a new update that was just released before the weekend, Delaware State Police say that investigators have concluded that the shooting was a deliberate attack on law enforcement and that the gunman had no prior relationship or dispute with Officer Snook. In other news, 6 families are suing the mega popular social media app TikTok, alleging the platform's recommendation system is defective, addictive, and pushes harmful content to our minors. A Delaware judge right down the street here heard arguments on Friday on Delaware's TikTok motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed by 5 British families and 1 Delaware family. The families say their children, ages 11 to 17, died after attempting what's called a choking challenge that they allegedly encountered through videos served on TikTok's For You page. They are seeking damages and access to information about what their kids viewed on the app. TikTok argues that the case should be dismissed under the First Amendment right and Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which generally shields internet companies from liability user-generated content. In a statement, TikTok said it prohibits content that promotes dangerous behavior and uses detection systems to remove rule-breaking videos, saying that most violating content is removed before it's reported. And Verizon, you probably had a bad day last week if you were down on Wednesday. They had a server failure over in New Jersey. It's always New Jersey, I'm telling you. Triggered last Wednesday's regional wireless outage and is offering affected customers a $20 credit for their inconvenience. The company said the outage blamed on a software issue and not a cyber attack. Disrupted voice and data services for hours on Wednesday across multiple states. We were one of those states. It prompted some local agencies to urge residents to use alternate ways to reach emergency services. Verizon said the service was later restored that night, and customers can redeem their credit through the My Verizon app. Verizon business customers, you will be contacted directly by a Verizon representative. To Kent County now, with just over 3 weeks until a referendum vote, voters in the Cesar Rodney School District are weighing whether or not to approve a tax increase that district leaders say is needed to maintain staffing, student services, and school safety. The vote is set for February 9th in a couple weeks. There it is on your screen. If approved, the operating referendum would raise taxes starting on July 1st of this year by about 9 cents per $100 assessed property value, or roughly $274 a year for the district's average home. This is said to generate over $6 million in the first year. School leaders say the money would actually not fund any new buildings or major construction, but would instead support recruitment and retention of teachers and staff, student support services, and security updates. The district last passed an operating referendum back in 2015, so it's been over 10 years. You may recall we told you a couple years ago that a 2023 attempt at a referendum did fail. District officials say budget cuts since then have reduced positions and spending, and that further reductions could affect classroom and support resources. Residents down in Dover remain divided, supporters calling the proposal an investment in students, and opponents saying that the added cost would be a burden to taxpayers. We'll keep you posted there. And before we wrap up this news segment, this one is getting a lot of attention on social media over the weekend. A state senator, also of Dover, has introduced a proposed constitutional amendment that would impose term limits on Delaware lawmakers and several statewide elected officials. Reviving a debate over experience, accountability, and voter choice, the bill, sponsored by Senator Eric Buxton of Dover, would limit state senators to 5 four-year terms, or 20 years, and state representatives to 8 two-year terms, or 16 years. The measure would also impose a 2-limit term on the Attorney General, State Treasurer, Auditor of Accounts, and Insurance Commissioner. Because the proposal would amend the Delaware Constitution, that's big, it would have to pass both chambers by a 2/3 vote in 2 consecutive legislative sessions before it could take effect. The bill has been assigned to the Senate Executive Committee. Supporters argue that term limits encourage turnover and prevent lawmakers from becoming entrenched. Now, opponents say that voters can already remove legislators at the ballot box and warn that limits can reduce institutional knowledge and shift influence to lobbyists and unelected staffs. Delaware voters previously rejected a term limits proposal back in 1994. We want to know what you think. Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on term limits, good, bad, or indifferent. And now that's what you need to know to get your week started. We are going to head it over to our correspondent, Chris Bruce, who has some special updates on a New Year's resolution. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? Thanks so much. And yes, I am Chris Bruce with King Creative. And guess what? It is not too late. And I've got a segment all about the truth about New Year's resolutions. So, all right, let's do a quick check-in this morning. I want to ask you, how many people here made New Year's resolutions? And be honest, how many people are already thinking, well, that didn't last too long? If that's you, congratulations. All that means is you're officially normal. So here's a little time for a reality, okay? Here's the truth. Nearly half of Americans set New Year's resolutions. But listen to this. About only 9% actually stick with them long term. Almost a quarter quit within the first week. And by February, yeah, nearly 80% are done. And there's even a name for it. Have you heard of this? Quitter's Day, the second Friday in January. I know it sounds harsh, but it's real. So here, all right, some common resolutions. Let me know if any of these sound familiar. And most resolutions fall into the same buckets every year. Health goals, right? Exercise more, eat better, lose weight. You know you've done it, right? Money goals, save more, pay off debt. And personal growth, be happier, read more, stress less, and improve relationships. Listen, all great goals, so why do they fall apart? Here's a little reason as to why they fail. Because most resolutions are way too vague. Oh, I'm gonna get fit, be happier, do better. That sounds nice, but they don't tell us what to do on Tuesday at 6 p.m. when motivation disappears. And motivation, well, let's be honest, always disappears. So here's the big shift. So here is exactly what you got to do to reframe it. You didn't fail your resolution. It just wasn't built to survive real life. And here's the good news. You do not need January 1st. I repeat, you don't need January 1st to start again. You don't need permission from a calendar. There is a better way. And research shows that people succeed more when goals are specific, realistic, and small. Not I'll work out every day. Most people aren't going to be able to live up to that. But maybe this, I'll walk for 10 minutes after dinner 3 nights a week. That's not quitting, that's strategy. So if your resolution already feels shaky, I'm telling you, just let it go. Pick one small action you can take today, not perfect, just possible. Because progress doesn't start on January 1st. It starts the moment you decide to keep going. So guys, get out there, reframe, refocus, and get started. You got this. You didn't fail. It's okay.
Thank you, Chris.
How about you guys? Did you have a resolution? Did you try one?
Yes, thank you, Chris, for that advice. That's actually a really friendly reminder. And yes, we did. I'm sure, I think you did too, Max. You've mentioned this before.
I did. I may have already celebrated Failures Day, Chris, but
oh, it's a great day.
I may redo it.
Yes,
Quitters Day, fun one, isn't it?
It's good advice and a friendly reminder to those that may have experienced Quitters Day.
Yes.
I've never heard of it before. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, but I guess it is real statistically from what you're saying. People tend to fall off what their goals were that they had set after January 1st. So I think it's a friendly reminder to all that it's okay to pick back up.
Get back up.
That's right, and start
Listen,
over
just
again.
be specific and be realistic. Do something you can actually attain. Don't try to climb the mountain in one step. You know, you gotta work your way towards it.
I like what you say, Chris, about it being too vague. I struggle with that too, right? Get more fit, eat better, stress less. Well, it sounds good in theory, but that Monday at 6:30 p.m. that's really helpful to do this at that time.
Exactly. So get out there and make it happen for yourself. We all deserve it.
That's right. And they say slow and steady wins the race.
That's it.
So there you go. Thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Thanks,
Always.
Chris.
All right. So now for the moment we all been waiting
I'm
for.
excited for this.
I'm very excited for our next guest. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but you don't want to go anywhere. We have Naomi Townsend.
She's a food influencer?
Right. Yes. Here on the plaza. Food influencer. She is very well known and continues to grow in the community, not just in Delaware, but in the tri-state area. So you don't want to go anywhere.
Stay with us.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future, but Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances, and now I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
All right, welcome back everyone to Good Morning Delaware. My name is Vincenza and I have Matt here with me.
Good morning.
Matt, how are you enjoying being in this seat?
I love it.
I love it too.
It's great. I love getting those calls. We miss Ivan, of course, but I love getting those calls. We're like, can you fill in? I'll be there.
Yes, when I was told that you were filling in, I was happy, at the same time sad.
Of course.
I miss you, Ivan.
We do miss you.
And I hope you're okay, but he's great, but I'm glad you're here. So, all right. Right now, we're at the moment we've all been waiting for. Our first guest here on Good Morning Delaware. We have the Naomi Townsend, our food influencer around town, especially in the entire state of Delaware. No stranger to visiting restaurants, no stranger to knowing good food and places to dine. Welcome, Naomi.
Thanks for being here, Naomi.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This is exciting.
I am so excited. So I have to share right away. Matt, I know Naomi.
I was going to ask, is there...
Yes, we have an established friendship.
Okay,
as the food background, but also pageant background.
Really?
Naomi has a pageant background, so I was obviously gravitating towards her.
Two worlds collide.
Yes, exactly. But she started in pageantry, but then social media influencing and food influencing really is where you thrive, and you are just killing the game. So let's get right into it. Naomi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So born and raised Wilmington, Delaware. I've lived there my whole life. I love my home state. And I also love to eat. You know, I grew up with a foodie family, a lot of cooking, a lot of watching, Iron Chef, Chopped, all that. So for me, it just came naturally that as I got older, I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna try out the social media thing. I think I'm gonna take some pictures of my dinner, maybe when I'm cooking, you know, put it out there. And then I just got obsessed. And then I realized after one of my videos had gone viral that this was like a huge help for restaurants in Delaware. I mean, people were getting business from the video. They were saying, hey, I saw Naomi's video. Can I get exactly what she ordered? Or, you know, something like that. So it kind of started me up on it. And, you know, now we're here and I've done a ton of restaurants. I have like a ton of favorites now. I mean, I've tried food that I didn't think I would ever try and like, you know, like I've tried raw scallop, raw shrimp, alligator burgers. So it's been pretty adventurous. Yeah.
How was alligator burgers?
It was actually really good. Think about the texture of lobster, but the flavor of chicken.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I think I might like it then. I think I might like it. So I've had the honor of Naomi dining at V&M Bistro.
I was going to ask if you've heard of a V&M Bistro.
And that's, we connected actually at the Delaware Restaurant Association Women of Hospitality Conference. That's when we really connected.
Yes.
And I instantly, we talked about our pageant background, but I instantly wanted to invite her to V&M Bistro. And it was the best decision we made, still to this day. I think it was last year.
I think so.
I think it was last year. Yes, around last year, you visited the restaurant, did a fantastic reel and social media review and everything, and we had so much great feedback and return. And still to this day, people see that video. Just this past weekend, someone mentioned, they said they saw
it still
your
gets liked,
video.
So I'm not surprised.
Right.
I'll get like a notification. I'm like, oh, V&M Bistro, great.
So it just goes to show the importance of what you're doing for small businesses, especially in Delaware, and restaurants, and we appreciate and value that. You're not just an influencer, you're a creator, and you're creating these beautiful videos, and it takes a lot of time to do. It really does. And I think we need to touch on that, because I think that's something that many don't understand. The time that goes into creating this beautiful, edited,
aesthetically pleasing,
exactly,
you know,
lighting, everything.
Yeah.
For, I guess you would say it's a minute to 2 minutes?
Not even, sometimes like 40 seconds.
Right, very
40 seconds
quick.
to a minute, yeah.
You have to be able to capture the beauty of where you're visiting and the delicious food, obviously, in under a minute.
Yeah.
And it takes time and effort to put it together just for social media and making sure that it does get the visibility it deserves. And you understand that. And I definitely want to touch on that more.
Yeah. I would love to know, just from beginning to end, as someone who's not an influencer, you know, what's the process like? How do you plan? How long are you there at a restaurant? Like, can you walk us through that?
I can be, so typically the restaurants will reach out to me, or, you know, I'll reach out to them and we'll work something out. You know, I'll make it crystal clear of, you know, I'm going to do one reel, this many story posts, this many pictures. And then I show up, usually I have a point of contact. My background is in hospitality and sales, so I'm very specific with the expectations. I treat this like a business.
Sure.
But I'm usually at the restaurant for about like 2 or 3 hours, depending. If it's just like a little, ice cream shop or something, like a breakfast spot, those are like 1 to 2 hours, but a full-blown restaurant, sitting down, drinks, courses, that's like 3 hours sometimes. And then you go home and I'm looking at content all night. I'm editing, I'm trying to find the best angle, the best lighting. I also have these 2 bright lights with me when I'm in the restaurant because I want to capture the whole gist, the whole vibe of the restaurant.
And Naomi, are you doing this like, one-man show, or are you going in there alone?
So usually I have someone with me. It's actually usually my husband.
Okay.
He's the best. He's wonderful. I mean, like, he'll give me his opinion on what he thinks. We'll rework the table. He understands the vision, and he's helped me from shooting the content to making the captions and editing and stuff. He's like my right hand when it comes to it.
And even tasting the food and the beverage, which is just as important.
Right.
To
Very
give
important.
a real, authentic review.
Call me if you need a substitute for that part.
That would be great.
I'm your guy.
As long as you like your food cold, we'll be all good.
That's right. What is it? Phone eats first, right?
Exactly.
Phone eats first.
Okay.
Sometimes phone is the only thing that eats. I sit there because it's like it's hard. I've developed really good self-control with this because I want to get the perfect angle. I want to get the perfect shot. So if that means that I can't bite into this lovely filet mignon with, caviar, then I'll have to wait. I have to wait and eat it another time, or, take a bite just so I can know what it tastes like, so I can write about it and speak from experience, and then, save the rest. So.
And I can share with all those listening and Matt that I've seen Naomi in action, not just once, twice, because I have 2 businesses. I have an ice cream shop, and it is a very different experience because it's a little bit faster. However, you have to go very fast because soft serve ice cream melts within seconds. So we were shooting it quick. That's probably your fastest one.
I was like, angle done, okay, next one, done, all right.
Yep, it's quick. But for dine-in, full-service restaurants, she takes the time to go through everything, and I'm going to share this because I think it's important for those listening that may be interested in reaching out to you and inviting you to the restaurant, that you really take the time to go through everything. She journals and making sure she's taking notes, make sure she matches the dish with the right name, the explanation, the description of it, the spelling, which I'm big on, and I appreciate that your attention to detail is not just in the photo, but the description and the caption, because that paints the picture too. And I know some may not read the caption and they just scroll, but there are many that do read it because they want to know what you're eating, what are you featuring. So you do take the time to write down everything in that moment. Some advice for some restaurants, I will say this, some advice for restaurants that may want to bring you on is give you grace. Put you in a place where you're not disrupting the other diners because you have to have that additional lighting.
Absolutely.
Because most restaurants at night are dim. Very dim lighting. The lighting is,
the last thing I want to do is disrupt someone else's dining experience. I don't want to do that. And I actually make it a point to say, hey guys, I'm going to have 2 really bright lights with me. Why don't you seat me in the corner somewhere, big enough table, and we'll be good.
And that's important. It really is, because I've had other influencers not join me, but I've invited other influencers to the restaurant in the past, and I've had customers show concern or the lighting was disrupting their experience, which the customers come first. So we had to adapt and pivot a little bit, but we were very intentional about it and mindful of placement. So you can be at your best and do your best review and do your best, I guess you would say, have your best experience, because you want to also be able to do your job well.
Exactly.
And I think that's just as important.
I'm getting the shot. The shot is going to get got,
So have you ever declined visiting a restaurant before?
Oh, that's a good question.
If I've declined, it's because I've been busy, like scheduling, my full-time job versus this.
Wait, this is not your full-time job?
No.
How do you find time for this? It's crazy.
Good point. Yeah, it's really difficult. I go to work for 8 hours and I come home and I'm in my DMs, I'm in my emails, I'm checking my TikTok inbox.
Dedicated.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've slowed down recently, but when I first got into it, it was like every day I was going to shoot a collaboration, and it really is another full-time job. But the key is that I enjoy what I'm doing. Like I love, like I was doing this, you know, for no one. I was doing this for 30 likes for myself, you know, a couple years ago, and now, you know, it's bigger. So.
Oh yes, and you are being recognized statewide as well. What was the recent publication you posted on your social media, which was such an honor? Congratulations for that.
Thank you
I
so
know you were
much.
very proud of that. Let's share a little bit about that.
So Delaware Online did a interview and just asking me about favorite spots, about how I got started, you know, the pros, the cons. It was really, really a great interview. It actually like helped me reflect on myself and really appreciate the journey that I've had to get to this point. But it was really cool. Actually, my husband, you know, I was answering the questions and I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, oh, well, what about this time? And I'm like, oh, you're right. How could I forget? And it's like he just was like reminding me of like my whole journey up until this point. So it was a great interview, super fun. Also in the paper too, the news journal was super, like to see yourself in the newspaper is
it's real.
Amazing.
Oh, it's real.
It was insane.
It was a beautiful feature.
Yeah, my husband's going to get it laminated for me.
And you should get it framed and hang it up because it not only was a beautiful feature, but it was very deserving. Your hard work, you're being, you know, highlighted and showcased, which is just as important. And as someone who's experienced what you offer, not once but twice, it's worth it. It's worth it. Hire Naomi to come to your restaurant, your small business, but more importantly, how can someone contact you? What is your social media handle?
Yeah, so it's naome.eats. It's a play on my name. My first name's Naomi, so Naome Eats. And you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. Even though I'm not on TikTok as much as I am on Instagram, I'm a new TikTok person, but I'm always on Instagram. You can also email me at naomeeats@gmail.com, but feel free to reach out. We can talk.
Are there some hidden gems that you've discovered recently, Naomi, aside from V&M Bistro, of course? Are there some other gems that you would love to know, love to the viewers to know about? Because we're always learning about, you know, want to learn new places.
For sure. So there's 2 hidden gems that I actually was thinking about talking today, because I always talk about the sit-down experience, you know, sitting down at a restaurant, having a drink, having food, but there's 2 spots. One is Dark Star Barbecue, which is a pop-up, and it's, where's the camera? Best barbecue in Delaware.
Whoa.
The best brisket. I mean, this guy has us eating pickles. I don't even like pickles. You know, he has my husband eating turkey. He doesn't even like turkey. Like, he is amazing. It's a guy, he goes with his dad, and it's just a pop-up. You know, every Wednesday at Wilmington Brew Works, he's there serving with the best brisket, the best pulled pork, the barbecue sauce. He makes it from scratch. Like, everything is delicious. It's my favorite. Me and my husband have to go there once a week, and that's no joke.
All right.
Besides them, for dinner, breakfast, I would say Cafe Karma is one of my favorite breakfast places.
Katie,
Katie is amazing, and her food is delicious. I can't get over it. The protein coffees, the ceremonial grade, you know, coffee that they're using, the tea that they're using, like it's so, everything is intentional with her, and I like that about her, and it reflects in her business. And I can't go on without a blue matcha latte and a loaded breakfast Sammy. That's my go-to.
All right, all right.
All right, well,
good recommendations.
Naomi, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you continued success. And again, we appreciate your authenticity of what you're doing for these businesses, because you are helping many of these restaurants. I mean, as someone who is in this industry for so long, meaning the restaurant industry, it is hard sometimes to figure out what type of marketing to do. And you are giving these restaurants an opportunity to be visible. And the return is there. Someone who's experienced it. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we wish you lots of luck.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. All right. All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We have another guest. We'll see you soon.
In a world that moves fast, sometimes you need to slow down. At Make and Mellow, we turned our love of design and soothing art of candle making into a one-of-a-kind experience. Come create, connect, and unwind as you hand pour a candle that's uniquely yours. Make and Mellow, light up your world. Visit makeandmellow.com. Imagine compassionate care at your home. At Solutions On-Call Services, skilled caregivers provide personalized support with warmth and integrity. They ease daily challenges by offering reliable, dignified care that preserves independence and instills hope. Experience true comfort daily. Our team transforms everyday moments into bonds of trust, lifting spirits and families alike. Choose Solutions On-Call Services for a partner committed to a nurturing and safer, happier tomorrow. Apply today by scanning the QR code. Craving comfort food with real flavor? Come taste Serena's Soul Food, Wilmington's home for golden fried chicken, creamy mac and cheese, tender greens, and our famous crab fries, and much, much more. We're serving up the best soul food in Delaware, Tuesday through Friday, noon to 5, or until it's gone. Planning a party? Serena's got you covered. From catering services to event space availability on Saturday and Sundays. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, located at 209 North Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Good morning, Delaware. What's going on? It's your main man, Big Ivan, talking to town.
For years, VETV has been a trusted source of local news, storytelling, and high-quality programming that uplifts Delaware. It is a platform for community voices, a source of fair and independent journalism with a pinch of amazing entertainment.
All right, welcome back everyone to Good Morning Delaware. How you feeling, Matt?
Feeling really well.
Yeah, we're not done
yet. I
yet.
just went and followed Naomi, and I can't wait to, amazing.
You will be very, very satisfied with her page because the food and the beverage she just highlights it. You're ready to go to the place.
Love it.
She has figured it out. So anyway, but we're not done yet. We have our next guest on the plaza with us. We have Renie Holland of J'Renie Beauty and Barber Supply here with us. Good morning, Renie.
Thanks for being here, Renie.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Renie, I know that you have some products here today, and we're going to get right to it because I'm really excited. I love beauty supplies. Okay. So when I saw you were joining us, I said, perfect. We're not only talking about a small business owner, we're featuring something in the beauty industry, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do that, Renie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a New York City native, born and raised. I moved to Delaware. Between DC and New York, I've been here about 15 years. Okay. I started my business out of a need to provide people with a customized experience. So a lot of times you go into beauty supply stores and you don't really engage with the person that's behind the counter. Like people come in and they're looking for things and they really don't know what they need for their hair or their skin. So I provide a customized experience to all of my customers. During this time of being in the store, I noticed that people had common issues that were recurring. I don't know if it's just a Delaware thing or if it's the area, but scalp issues, things like that. And I decided to come up with a formula to help solve those problems. I also had a barber who was an instructor at a local school, and he wanted something to help to disinfect the skin after a haircut.
Sure.
Something that had a good smell to it, something that was kind of strong in a way and was like an astringent. So I developed what I call our Moonshine Aftershave. And then there was also another product that is trending right now in the market, and it's an enhancement. And it's by a gentleman who produces this. This comes in several different colors, black, brown black, and brown, and a lot of the barbers in Delaware use it as well. So
I have to highlight something that you mentioned earlier about you're not sure what the concern was about Delaware, right? With the dryness of the scalp.
Right.
I think it's the water.
I think so too.
I think it's the water. So I have noticed over the years, I'm very, very mindful of the products I put on my skin and my hair and my scalp, because I am, I guess you would say, I've been a warrior fighting lupus for about 14 years. So I'm very mindful of the products that I put on my skin. And I think it's the water.
I believe so too.
That is, I mean, to me, that would be something to be concerned about. That why are these problems? This is a common problem with dryness and scalp. What's going on? Especially since you've seen the difference. But I want to take it back a little bit, real quick. What part of New York are you from?
So I was born in Brooklyn, and I was raised in Jamaica, Queens.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love Brooklyn.
If Ivan was here, he would have right away. We have had quite a few guests from New York join us here, but we also have quite an audience at home that follows and watches us, that tunes in from Brooklyn. Okay. So that's why I wanted to ask. I'm like, what part of New York are you from? Because we have a Brooklyn audience and a Brooklyn fan base that tunes in. So they're probably so excited and are immediately looking you up to make sure they follow you.
Hey, Brooklyn, hi, Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy.
There you go. Give them a shout out.
There you go. All right. So back to the products, because I know that's why you're here, and this is the importance of why you're here. So I know you talked about the Moonshine Aftershave. You did talk cherry almond. That sounds like that would smell
so
delicious.
This is, you can take a little spray.
Oh,
this is something that both men and women can. The women love it, and
that's really good.
Okay, so this is the aftershave now, and what is the one to the right? That is the.
This is also another fragrance. This is more masculine. So
I'm gonna let you try. I'll take.
This is the
I like the cherry
tobacco, and we've been producing that for about 10 years. Yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah.
What was the scent?
Teakwood tobacco.
Okay, so that's more of
kind of
relaxing?
like a masculine scent.
Masculine scent,
Yeah,
more relaxing.
this one's like a little sweeter, right?
Right.
Perfect. And what is this right here?
And this is the enhancement. So you have to use like a enhancement gun to apply this. So mostly professionals would use this, but this is for like everyone. This one, a lot of the barbers use this, and it lasts about 3 to 4 days. So sometimes you may have thinning around your hairline, and they'll, use that airbrush gun to help to enhance that. And they also help to darken some of the areas that may be a little bit lighter. So that's really a good product, and it's been one of my top sellers.
What is the importance of the aftershave spray?
The aftershave helps to disinfect your skin. It's like an astringent, because when you get out of that chair, you don't want to end up with something like there's like razor bumps or things like that. So that helps to prevent the razor bumps. There's a professional name for it, but it's really hard to pronounce. Okay. So I'm not going to jack that up.
No, it's okay. That's all right. It's better. Don't say it. Yes. So the importance of the aftershave, obviously, is to prevent the razor bumps and additional.
Soothe the skin.
Soothe the skin.
Calm it, and it's non-drying.
Non-drying. So and now, can it be used for all different hair textures?
Yes, it can.
Okay.
Yes, it can.
That's important to know too. Right. Now, tell us a little bit more about these products right here.
So the Scalp Love Oil, I'm glad you said that you were a lupus survivor. I am a breast cancer survivor. So 8 years, I got diagnosed in 2017, and during that time, I went on like a health journey, a natural health healing journey. And I traveled to Mexico, South Africa, just different parts of the world trying to heal myself naturally. And two of the things that I realized that were the most effective in my healing journey were herbs and oils.
I believe.
And as a matter of fact, chemotherapy drugs are the synthetic form of a lot of these herbs and oils.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Okay. So I picked a few of them that I noticed have a profound effect on hair, scalp, and whatever you put on your scalp or your skin definitely penetrates into your bloodstream.
I was just going to ask, it's just as important as what you put on your body as it's what you put in your body, right? Because it just permeates.
Right, exactly. And this you could actually drink, you could drink some of these things actually. You could make tea out of that. So how good is that? So
let's see. So
that
what
is
are some of these? Yeah.
So that is cloves. And cloves is a very powerful astringent. It is a microbial, it's an antibacterial. And it helps like with open wounds. Even if you have a toothache, you can put that clove on your tooth and it helps to solve that problem. So when you put it in your scalp, you may have a sore scalp. It helps to, help the scalp to heal. I also have hibiscus, also known as, in the Caribbean, we call it sorrel. My parents are from Barbados and Trinidad, and so those countries are really, strong on using like flowers to make different teas. Wow. So that is also good for urinary tract infections. When I went to the biomedical clinic in Tijuana, this was one of the things that I had to drink like every day, 32 ounces of that.
Is that right?
So for your hair, it's really good because it helps to also soothe and to give the hair the nutrients and the scalps that it needs.
All right, tell us about this one.
That is peppermint. So peppermint is a stimulant. It is also good for getting the blood moving and circulating within in the scalp and the skin, and it's also good to soothe the stomach too.
Yes, I've
so
heard of that.
Peppermint tea is great.
Very good for the stomach.
Yeah.
So is, I believe, ginger for nausea.
Yes.
Right?
Ginger is
I drink a
really
lot of ginger, lemon, honey, hot water.
Mm.
I'm big on tea, so I'm so glad you're touching on the
are
importance.
still in my morning protocol. That's what I drink in the morning.
It's very good for you. I don't know if you know that, Matt. It's very good to have, especially in the morning, right? When you wake up, hot water with lemon, honey, and a little bit of ginger.
All right.
It's very good to set. For me, it's my digestive tract. It just sets the everything for the day.
Yeah.
And also, if you're feeling nauseous from medication, or you have a sensitive stomach, which I do now. Throughout the years, I've developed a very sensitive digestive tract and stomach that I have ginger chews, ginger candy, but the lemon ginger honey tea has been my saving grace. I swear by it.
My father, God bless his soul, he put me onto that when I was a little girl. He would do ginger, he would do lemon and honey every morning. And sometimes he would go jogging with a piece of ginger in his mouth.
Really?
He knew what he was doing.
Into his 70s, he was jogging,
I want to talk to the importance before we move on to the next but you had mentioned peppermint. And as a guy who's of a certain age, you know, we get that male pattern baldness and the thinning that we're so conscious of. And, you know, I'm doing a lot of research on the different shampoos and the thickening things. And a lot of like the refreshing your scalp and kind of reinvigorating it is the peppermint and the oils in some of these shampoos. So I wanted to point that out, that the research that I'm doing goes right along with what you're saying as a guy. So that's really important.
Peppermint is great. Also is rosemary too. I know you picked up the rose, but the rosemary is very good. As a matter of fact, there was a study done with minoxidil and rosemary. And they said that during a period, I think it was of 6 weeks, you know, they tested people who did rosemary oil and people who did the minoxidil. The difference was at the end of the 6 weeks, same growth, no itchiness. The minoxidil was really itchy, so it had the scalp itching, but there was no itching with the rosemary, and that's why I put that in my formula. My oils are all organic.
Very important. So talk about the oil some more. Tell us what else can it be used for, and it's only the hair and the scalp, not any part of the body, right?
I mean, you could put it on the skin as well. You can, you know, turn and smell some. It has a really great smell. You can drop some on your hand.
That almond oil is probably, it has everything. Yep, everything you spoke about here.
Jojoba oil is really good for your skin too, because it closely mimics the skin's natural sebum. And so it's non-greasy. There's no buildup with that oil. You can use that daily on your hair and your scalp.
After you wash?
You can use it after you wash, or you can use it as a hot oil treatment as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All different hair textures.
Yes.
This is fantastic. It's not, if you want to try a little bit on the top of your hand, it's not super greasy.
Right.
Because I've used coconut oil, which is great for your hair and your scalp, but sometimes that can be too greasy and over.
No, this is great.
It's too much. This is beautiful.
I love the smell.
My skin absorbed it right away.
Yeah, it's everything.
And it's not
right there.
it's not greasy, it's not sticky. Right. I love that. I know that oils, I've used all different types of oils, not just coconut oil. What's the other one? That vitamin E oil has been very big.
The big one,
Yeah, very big, especially for hair loss, because I've experienced hair loss with lupus. And I've tried every natural remedy you could think of. And even somebody told me this, when you are washing your hair, massage your scalp. Yes. Sometimes you have to, the stress of everyday life, I get headaches, you have to, it's like massaging the scalp to wake up the hair follicles.
Yes.
And that has, and that, I think that works.
Yes, it does work. It definitely does work.
What advice would you give someone that is going through, let's say, cancer treatments, and they don't know where to go if they're starting to experience the side effects, whether it is hair loss, skin irritation? How can you guide them on where to go first with your products?
So definitely when it comes, if you're doing active cancer treatments, like if you're going through chemotherapy, there's so many side effects of chemotherapy. First and foremost, definitely start cutting out sugars and incorporate non-caffeine teas. And some of these herbs right here are perfect for, you know, a daily regimen. I will also recommend start using natural oils. Look at the ingredients. If it's not 100%, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, do not put it on your skin.
Rule of thumb, right?
Rule of thumb.
I have been very intentional about that.
Yes.
Before I buy something, I turn it around, look at the back, and if I can't pronounce, put it back. Because chances are that's poison you're putting on your body or ingesting, which people don't realize that they're doing.
And definitely you can reach out to me. You know, I'm part of a My Sister's Keeper group with the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition, so, you know, we meet on a regular basis. So you can definitely reach out to me, and I'm here to help.
What's the best way to get a hold of you?
So you can go to J'Renie.com, which is JRENIE.com, or you can email me, Renee@JRenieBeauty.com, or you can come by our store. We have a store on 1586 Red Lion Road in Bear. But definitely the best way would be to email me or go to the website.
Is it the best place to get these products, is to stop by your
Online
store?
is the best.
Online store?
We're ramping up. We're ramping up on online. We want to provide a more customized experience to our customers, so definitely go online.
Well, there you go. Yes. Renee, thank you so much for joining us.
And these products are terrific.
Yes, we really appreciate you sharing not just your business and how intentional are about your business, but also your story. And I commend you for being courageous.
Thank you.
And your tenacity for fighting hard for those that may be scared to speak on that. So thank you for not being afraid to speak on your story, because I think it's important to share. And we wish you continued success.
Absolutely.
This is big. I'm very excited. I can't wait to check out
your products. Already,
yeah,
so,
I am very excited, especially this right here, this item right here. But also, I'm eager to see all of your other products.
Yeah,
and what
check out the website
so,
for sure.
Definitely. Again, thank you for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Wow,
another
Matt.
show. Look at that.
Yeah, another great show.
Two great guests.
Thank you for to everyone that joined us. It was a jam-packed show. Ivan, you were missed.
You were missed.
But we were very thrilled to have Nick and Chris and Coach Joe and the guests. So it was a wonderful show. So thank you for everyone for joining us. And Matt, thank you again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime. Call me up anytime. I'll be here.
All right. So thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for everyone for joining us. We are going to be ending our show
very special.
with a special clip right here by Reverend John Moore Sr. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and good morning, Delaware.
We'll see you next week.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream. One day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners, will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood? I have a dream. One day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill in Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of your Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last.